Welcome to the Moon Tribe podcast. I'm Simona Shimanovic, your host. I'm here to inspire heart-led entrepreneurs and conscious leaders to follow their purpose and create a life of freedom, wealth, and magic. Welcome back, tribe. We are going to dive deeper now on this beautiful journey of the Moon Tribe podcast into the first chapter, which is all about the themes of Capricorn. So we're going to be following the astrology throughout the year. And right now, as you might know, we are in Capricorn season. I'm a Capricorn. My birthday is coming up next week, so I'm very much in my element. We're going to be really looking at the energy of Capricorn and the qualities of Capricorn as we are now navigating Capricorn season. So the sun is in Capricorn, Mars as well for the next 6 weeks. And also Venus is about to enter Mercury. So we're going to have quite a lot of Capricorn energy. So the theme for our journey in these next weeks is going to be around Capricorn and all around our purpose, which is very much connected to this oldest earth sign of Capricorn. Let me explain a little bit about the Capricorn energy, especially if you're new to astrology. So Capricorn is one of the last signs in the zodiac. It is now in the winter, right? So it's the last earth sign. We have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn as the earth signs. And the earth signs have a lot to do with the, physical world and with actually materializing and manifesting into the physical. It's in this time of the winter. So it's a sign that is connected to great stamina and persistence. It is represented by the mountain goat that also has this fish tail. So the idea is that Capricorn is actually emerging from the waters and then coming out onto the land, so kind of transforming and then going all the way to the top of the mountain. And that is very much a Capricorn quality. There's a great focus and there's a great persistence, one step at a time, with the eye on the prize. So we can really connect to this sense of stamina during Capricorn season. It's also, in the winter, can be quite a cold time in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's where we need this, keep going. We're going to come out on the other side. But for now, it's still going to be cold, right? So that's a little bit the energy. Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. And Saturn is really said to be kind of the master teacher. It's like, have you learned your lessons? If yes, great. Continue on to the next stage. If not, back to the drawing board. So it's quite strict and really wants us to learn the lessons. Saturn is said to be the lord of karma. It's very much about we will reap what we have sown. So what you put out there into the world is what you're going to receive back. And maybe in this life or even in future lifetimes, the karma is like we are getting back what we are putting out there into the world. So with that, Capricorn is also very much about integrity. Are you living in integrity? Are you walking your talk? Are you showing up 100%, even if no one else is watching? So for me, that is really a powerful lesson about Capricorn. So there's a sense of maturity. There's a sense of, let's grow up. Let's get our life together. There's a sense of taking responsibility for our actions. Also with this idea of karma, that we are responsible at some degree to what we are experiencing. Capricorn is connected to the archetype of the elder. So there's a sense of wisdom, of teaching, and also connected to the king and the queen archetype. Something I also love working with my clients is to connecting to this inner queen, right? Or inner king. And in the light expression, the king and queen archetype are so powerful. It's about leadership with integrity and for the greater good of everyone, to help create structures, create lasting structures where everyone can feel safe and taken care of. So a benevolent king, a benevolent queen. And that brings us also to this idea of purpose. There's an idea of stepping up beyond just your personal life or your family or your own relationship. And there's a sense of a bigger duty to the community, to the greater whole, to society. What is your contribution in the world? So from that point of view, Capricorn is often also linked to our career, to our work, to our ambition. What are we building? What are we contributing to society? These last signs that we're going to have now in this next month, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, they are said to be the transpersonal signs. So they go beyond just my own individual needs and desires to how can I elevate myself to be able to show up in a way that I'm actually giving a contribution and making a positive impact in the world, right? It's quite a big thing. It's quite a big ask also to step up to our purpose. The shadow side, so I will explain with each sign always the light and the shadow. The shadow of Capricorn is that it can feel quite serious, right? Can be a strictness to it and also a heaviness, because Saturn is also the planet of limitations. So instead of feeling limited, we should see how we can learn from these limitations and, don't let it like weigh you down too much. But for example, if you're having a Saturn return, which happens every 29 years, that's really a powerful time of being tested if we are on the right path. Other shadow sides of Capricorn, I would say, and I've definitely experienced myself, is a sense of rigidity. Being too much in the structures, being too much like, it has to be like this, I cannot change, I cannot do it differently. So sometimes we have to loosen up and be a little bit more flexible, right? Like the air signs or water signs, they are much better at that. And then also Capricorn and maybe in general the earth signs are said they can be a bit materialistic as well. So these we have to watch out for the shadows. But in the light expression is really about transcending the ego and being a vessel to bring this divine leadership to benefit the whole. Right? So if you're with me, you are in the right place, my friends, because I'm really passionate about us, especially as conscious entrepreneurs and conscious leaders, to not underestimate ourselves and the contribution we are making in the world, and really empowering ourselves. And I feel as we're moving into 2024, it's like now is the time. We are all being activated to really step up. And instead of waiting for someone to give you permission or to invite you, you need to go and do the thing and build your own stage and put yourself out there and give yourself permission to just shine your light fully. Right? I feel these are the times we've all been preparing for. So if you're feeling the call, then it's for a reason, because you're meant to contribute. That's for me also this idea that we are part of a bigger whole. We're contributing as light workers to really raise the frequency on the planet Earth. And now is the time, right? So if you're feeling a sense of urgency or of activation, I believe that it's for a reason, because we're really shifting now into a new paradigm. It's something I will speak about more next week. And then also, of course, with Aquarius coming up. So lots of goodness, as these are very powerful times. So let's talk about this main theme for me about Capricorn. It's about purpose. So I would like to talk today about following your soul purpose so you can share your magic. You might have heard me say that before. That's something I really feel passionate about, is sharing your magic. What do I mean by that? So let's go back first about following your soul purpose. And now, many of you listening might be already firmly on the path and you are already following your purpose. Maybe you are already a professional healer or a yoga teacher or a conscious entrepreneur or, an artist or a creative who is bringing this beauty and creation into the world. So some of you are already doing this in their business. And then some of you are maybe feeling the call stronger and stronger. Maybe you are working in a 9-to-5 job that leaves you unfulfilled and you feel there's more. I know there's more and I'm meant to make a difference. That's how I used to feel back in the days. And so there's this inner voice that is there, right? And that is kind of asking you like, I wonder, it doesn't really feel right anymore. I don't feel excited to go to my work. I don't feel happy when I wake up in the morning. I'm wondering if that's really the best use of my time and energy, right? So if that resonates with you, then this is probably a sign that, your inner voice is guiding you and trying to guide you. See if you can pay attention to what it's telling you, because this inner voice is like really our higher self that is, inviting you. And I also believe our desires, the things that fill you up, the things that make you happy. For me, for example, I've been practicing yoga for such a long time, and it was just the natural next step to do my yoga teacher training. I just loved it. It made me feel so good. I traveled. I did so many things to, experience yoga with many teachers, and it was just the next step. So also what you desire, what you want, what feels good. I also believe that this is guiding us to our purpose. I don't think our purpose is something that makes us miserable and no. It's actually something that makes you feel really alive. And maybe you're an artist or a musician and your art is just like making you feel so good and so buzzing with energy. So pay attention to these, because when we are living our purpose, I believe that work doesn't feel like work anymore. I'm always saying I actually need a different name because the word work has so many connotations that are not really resonating for me anymore. Let's say now I'm creating this podcast for you and I love it. I'm having fun. And, when I'm coaching, etc., when you are really in your zone of genius, it doesn't feel like work. It's just like, that's what I'm meant to be doing. And you feel it deep down in your soul. And that's why living our purpose is very fulfilling on this deeper soul level. So for me, it's very important to pay attention to this. Our soul purpose is what you might have heard as well, our Dharma. And our Dharma is very powerful. Our Dharma is literally what we were meant to do here on this planet. Why did you incarnate in this lifetime, in this time on the earth, in these powerful times we're in? Why are you here? So it's the big question. And when we say yes to our Dharma, so spiritually, that is such a important and powerful step to step onto this path of Dharma. This is your supreme path of destiny. This is when you are living your highest potential. So if you imagine there are multiple timelines for your life, and we have free will, right? So we don't have to say yes to Dharma. We can also say, no, I'm too scared. No, I stay in this job, blah, blah, blah. And you can also choose another timeline. It's absolutely up to you, right? But if you want to step up into this, then this will be your highest timeline, your highest expression of your life. And that's why I'm so deeply passionate about it, because I feel the more of us can commit to this and step onto this path. Wow, I'm actually getting goosebumps as I share this. It's literally changing the world, changing your own life on this deep level, and also changing the world. And there's also this word that I just said, which is very important about Capricorn. It is also a commitment. So Capricorn is also a sign that really follows up. It's an energy that it's like, you're going to walk your talk. You're going to put your money where your mouth is. You're going to do the thing that you say you're going to do. And you're going to keep doing it even when it gets hard. And you know, that's sometimes the quality that is needed to really create something that is worthwhile creating. For example, a famous artist, let's say Picasso. What if Picasso was in the middle of the painting like, oh God, I can't be bothered. Not another day of this boring painting. I'm going to the beach. So in order to create this type of work that someone like he created, there was a sense of commitment, of showing up for it. Even if you don't 100% feel like it on that day. It's like, it's a sense of, I'm in it, I'm doing this. I have no idea if that's actually the case for Picasso. It just came now to my mind as an example. But, you know, imagine all the like most important writers or people who inspired you, if they would not actually have done it, which is easy enough, as we all know, right? In our daily life, there are so many distractions. And often we have our own reasons of why we say, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. Who am I to do this? Right? So imagine if all these people you admire would have said this. We wouldn't get to benefit from all this work. So there's a sense in Capricorn of we need to raise above our own small ego and even our limitations, and become a channel and become a vessel for something bigger to come through us and say, yes, I'm ready, I'm deserving, I'm going to do it. And I can say for myself, it didn't happen in a day. It's a journey, and it's an ongoing journey and a commitment, but it's very, very rewarding. That brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about. It's about sharing your magic. I believe that every one of us, including yourself, have a very unique contribution on the planet. Every soul that comes to incarnate, we have our unique blueprint. We have our unique essence. We have something that is meant to be expressed through us, that only you can express it in the way you express it. No one else can say it in exactly that way. No one else can paint it in that way. No one else can, whatever you are doing, no one else can do it in that way like only you can. And that's what I mean when I say share your magic, because that is your magic. That is your unique gift to the world. That is your medicine that the world desperately needs. And that is maybe your art to elevate the frequency on the planet. Whatever it is for you, it is this unique expression from your soul. And when we put it out there, it creates a transmission in the world. So maybe you can feel while you're listening to this now, there's a certain energy transmission which I am passing on to you through this podcast. So that's what we're talking about. There's an energetic transmission. And of course, as we said earlier, there are so many reasons why we would not do it. And the main reason is fear, because we are really asked to step out of our comfort zone. And that can feel very uncomfortable, right? And our comfort zone is trying to protect us. So there's a lot of things in our subconscious mind where we might doubt ourselves, where we might be afraid to step up. And whenever we grow, we actually need to step into the unknown. That is scary, right? That is scary for most of us. But doesn't mean that we should not do it, right? So one thing I'm very excited about also in this podcast is that I'm going to be having conversations with conscious leaders, and I'm going to be bringing you their stories of how they actually started to step onto this path of living their purpose. It's called the Purpose Activation Series. And I will share the first interview with you in the next weeks. So look out for that. The sense of stepping onto the path of purpose is also our hero's journey. If any one of you is familiar with this powerful work from Joseph Campbell, which is, he's been studying the myths all over the world. And there's this kind of very universal theme of human beings, which is called the hero's journey or the heroine's journey. And it's about a call to adventure. So you are living your life in your comfort zone, and then there's a call to adventure, and you're being asked to step out into the unknown, and it's scary. And then going on to this big journey, like, Lord of the Rings is a really good example, where you're going into unknown territory, and you have to overcome many obstacles, and you have to slay the demons, which are usually the internal demons, and you grow and you recover a treasure through this journey. So that is really this hero's journey. And then it's about coming home again, bringing it back to your home village and sharing with the community what you have learned on this journey. So for me, when we are living our purpose, stepping on this path, this is really our own heroes and heroines journey that we are stepping onto. I feel in a way this is one of the big lessons in life. So it's about us taking the leap, letting go of a sense of false security, and actually taking the leap into saying, I am my own security. I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way. Especially if you're feeling unfulfilled in your job at the moment and you're feeling this call for purpose. I also want to say to you, I'm hearing that a lot from my clients, and I've heard from people who are, suddenly quit their job without actually knowing what they're going to do, but they just cannot do it any longer. And I just want to say you're not alone. I think that's at the moment really a bigger thing, that light workers are being activated. We need you, right? You're part of the team. So you have to come and step it up and share your work, do what it takes, and get the right support if it's too scary or too difficult alone. But I feel so many light workers are being activated, and it will continue to be so in 2024 as we are meant to live our purpose so we can serve more people and help more people. That's the other thing. Your unique gift is not meant to be kept only for yourself. It's meant to be shared, because you can help and empower people and inspire people through sharing it. So it's a win-win for everyone. You grow, and the people with whom you share it are also going to grow and be elevated in their lives. And so for me, that's coming back then to why starting your own business is, because for me, it is at least one of the ways, one of the vehicles that you can use to express your gift and share your gift, and also be able to live from it. So you don't have to work something else on the side, but you're actually able to dedicate yourself full time, and you have a greater amount of freedom in how that exactly looks like and how you want to do it in your life. So I'm not saying that's the only way, of course, there's also no better or worse. I want to say that some of us are actually bringing the light into the company where they are working, right? If that feels fulfilling for you, go for it, do your thing. Some of us are parents full time, go and do the thing. Like we as light workers, we have so many different ways of how we are sharing higher frequencies. So there's no judgment. But I want to see if you're feeling the call, and if a business feels like the right step for it, then this is probably your path. So the answer is within. So with this, I hope this inspired you. I hope this sparked something in you about if you are already living your purpose and what would be the next level. How does the next level of living your purpose look like in 2024? I feel that's really a big question that we can all contemplate. So with this, sending you so much love, enjoy this Capricorn season, and please remember to share your magic. Thank you for listening to the Moon Tribe podcast with me, Simona Shimanovic. I'd love to share my free abundance meditation with you. Go to simonashimanovic.com and join the tribe.